Hello, friends. Got a few more of you than normal. So glad you're all here. Just gonna wait till everybody can join. While we're waiting for everybody to come on in, tell us in the chat where you're from. And did you bring a fun drink today? I brought my tea. Surprise, surprise. Hello, hello. Awesome. Okay, hi. From Florida, Nebraska, Mexico, Pennsylvania, Hungary. Dora, you win for the farthest person, I think. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are here. We are going to talk about all things home today, and I'm really excited. This is a brand new workshop, and my hope is that you walk away with some really practical help to implement in your home as soon as you leave today. So let's dive in. We'll keep letting people join as they pop in. I'm sure I keep seeing people come in, but we can let them in as they come. All right. So today you are at the Take Back Your Home workshop. Our goal is to help you create a system for managing your home so that you can free up your time for what matters most. We are here really to help the women who are tired of feeling like they're always behind, especially in their home. If that's you, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Definitely been there myself. This is not the workshop for you if you're like, I've got it. I can handle everything in my house all by myself. I don't need any help whatsoever. And people who do need help are crazy. Then you're probably not going to get anything out of today's workshop. But if you are looking for a little help, if you're tired of managing things all by yourself, today's workshop is for you. And I'm so, so glad you're here. I would guess that most of us are not this person. I don't actually know anybody who is, but just in case, want to cover our bases. All right. Welcome. If we haven't met before, my name is Casey. I run Anchored Women. I am a wife. I have 2 kids, one in middle school and one in elementary school. I am a business owner and I am a total introvert. Those things do not always go well together. I manage our home. I am our professional chef. Just kidding. We make a lot of baked chicken and tacos around here. I am my children's chauffeur. We travel to all of the things, musical, basketball. That's our current season. And of course, I do all of the shopping in our home. Home supplies, clothes, food, whatever is needed. So I am no stranger to feeling very easily exhausted and tired of having to manage all the things. But I love home and I love talking about how we can create homes that bring peace, create homes that are a comfort to not just our family members, but also ourselves, create homes that offer connection and also aren't like making us completely crazy with all the stuff that we feel like we never have time to do. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we get started, I just have a couple little things that I want to touch base with you on. Number one, grab a notebook and your favorite pen if you don't already have it. You might want to take notes on some of the things that we're going to talk about today, especially when we get to like the really practical stuff that you're going to want to take home with you. If you have a question for me or my team is here today too, Stephanie and Allison. They are here collecting your questions and helping you out in the chat. If you have a question, make sure to drop it in the chat box because we'll do a bit like a big Q&A session at the end, and I will try my very best to answer all the questions that you have. And then if you do stay till the end, we have a really fun giveaway that you will need to be here live for. So I'm going to try and work through all of our slides and get to that giveaway so that you are here if you are the winner. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to use the chat quite a bit during this workshop because I want to hear from you and understand what you guys really want out of your homes, and then also what you really struggle with and how I can maybe even help you troubleshoot some of those things today. So use the chat to share with us, what would it feel like for your home to be a place of peace? All right. I want you to picture it with me, but I want you to answer in the chat too what you're thinking. This is my idea of a peaceful home. All right. When you wake up in the morning, you know exactly what needs to be done today. And most importantly, what can wait, what I don't have to do today. Instead of waking up feeling like I have to put out all the fires, I know exactly here's what my plan is today. And here's what my plan isn't today. Okay. Your home is tidy and it runs smoothly on systems that you don't really have to think about. This is really key for me because I want my mental energy to be freed up to focus on my family, to focus on my work, to focus on my friendships and the people who need me. I don't want to feel like I am drowning underneath dishes and laundry and clutter, okay? You build margin into your days for all of the unexpected things that you know pop up. We know stuff happens, right? Life happens, kids get sick, the car breaks down, whatever it is, but we have margin built into our days so that when those things happen, we don't have to stress out over them. And most importantly, we have time for family, for relationships, and for fun, maybe even a little bit of rest, so that you don't have to miss out on all the good stuff of life while you are stuck doing the dishes again, right? Or the laundry, or mopping the floors, or whatever it might be. Instead of feeling defeated when you crawl into bed at night, you feel productive, you feel connected to your family, and you feel content. You don't feel like you failed. You don't feel like you're completely behind. You feel satisfied and content at the end of the day. So, what about you? What does your peaceful home look like? And I already see some of you popping into the chat and sharing with me. So, let's look through those. Let's see, peace with my husband and quiet relaxation. I love that. Knowing where things are, tidy, not chaotic, less bickering. Love that. Lack of overwhelm, making headway on my projects. Could finally feel like I could sit still and read a book. Yes, Peggy. I mean, we're all with you there. We are all with you there. Everything has a place and it's easy to tidy up. I feel like I'm not playing catch up all the time. Yes, we're going to talk about that feeling of playing catch up. I love it. Yes, this is what we're going for, right? We are going for not a perfect home, not a, camera ready home, but a peaceful home, peaceful for you and for your family. Less stuff, everything has a home, not feeling like my to-do list is longer at the end of the day than it was this morning. Yes, Jessica, 100%. I love that. So, what does it mean for you? Does it mean less clutter? Does it mean more free time? A dependable schedule? Family dinner every night? What is peaceful for you? I really want you to think through that because listen, if you don't know me, I'm not the kind of person that is like, here's my way to do it and you should do it too. I really believe that we all need to figure out exactly what we want our own homes to look like so that we can build our systems around what matters most to us. So what matters most to me is not likely going to be the same exact thing that matters most to you. So I want you to really think through what your peaceful home would look like. And now share with me in the chat, what feels hard about getting there? If you want to feel like everything has a place, what feels hard about making sure that everything has a place? If you want to, let's see, be able to sit down and watch a movie or read a book, without feeling guilty. What feels hard about getting there? Your to-do list being longer at the end of the day than in the morning. If you want a shorter to-do list at night, what feels hard about getting there? Okay, let's see. All the piles, too much stuff. Being able to walk into a room. Yeah. Overwhelm. Getting my family on board so I don't have to do it all. We're going to talk about that, Jennifer. Feeling behind in everything, no idea where to start. Yes. Emotional clutter and physical clutter, 100%. Time, lack of time and energy, other obligations, and lack of focus. Too much stuff piles all around, so I can't clean well enough. Yes. Okay, lots of too much stuff. Where do I start? Lots of questions about that too. 100%. Decision fatigue. I'm defeated by clutter. I can only keep surfaces clean. Yes. Too much to do to get to the peaceful place. Okay, I'm gonna push back against that a little bit because I think you can. I think you can get to the peaceful place. But sometimes it does feel really hard, right? And we're not quite sure where to start. So today I want to start with 3 lies that I think we believe about our home and our role in it. So this is where you might want to grab your paper and your notebook because I want to know which one of these or all of them resonates with you the most. All right, let's dive into these lies. Lie number 1. Tell me if you believe this in the chat or if you feel like it's true even though you know it's not true, okay? The first lie is I should be able to do all the things in my home all by myself. Who has felt like that before? Definitely feel this way. Yes, Leanne. Yep. Me. Yes, Peggy. Okay. Me too. Me too. So we feel like this, but we know it's not true, right? So many of us feel like we are just absolutely drowning under the weight of all the things that need to be done. We feel like we're chained to our never-ending to-do list because the truth of homemaking is that it is a never-ending to-do list, right? Like that's real life. But we feel like we're drowning underneath the weight of it all. We feel like this poor little girl right here, okay? The house is yelling at her all the things that need to be done. Do this, do that, do this. All right. But the truth is that your home and all the things are not the boss of you. We don't want to look at our lives like the house is yelling at us all the time, right? Or all of the tasks are yelling at us all the time, or my checklist is yelling at me all the time. We don't want to look at it like that because the truth is too many of us act like an employee in our homes when in fact you are the manager. You're the manager of the home. So instead, you are the one telling the responsibilities, the tasks, all the things that need to be done, where they go and when they fit in. All right. What I want to encourage you to do today, if you walk away with nothing else, is to take back your role as home manager. Now, let's talk about what a manager does, okay? The real question is not, how do we do it all? The real question is, what would a manager do? So, this is what a manager does or doesn't do. A manager does not do everything by herself. She doesn't. If you were a manager of a business and you tried to do every single task yourself, your business would totally fail, right? Like you would be completely burned out. Your business would not be successful because it requires more than one person to actually get everything done. And I mean, you're going to be incredibly unhealthy. Like absolutely unhealthy. Okay. You cannot, as a manager, plan to do everything yourself. What a manager does do is she makes a plan, she delegates the plan, and then she oversees the plan. Okay. She tells everything and everyone, not in a bossy way, but in a leadership role, what to do and when to do it. A manager does ensure that the necessary tasks are getting done, but she doesn't necessarily have her hands in every single task. Again, think back to the manager of a business, right? If I didn't have Stephanie to help me, if I didn't have Allison to help me, you guys wouldn't get half the things that you get because I simply couldn't do everything on my own. And so imagining even if you're a person who lives by yourself, imagining and believing that you should be able to take care of every single thing without any help at all, it's only hurting you. It is only getting in the way of you maybe thinking a little bit more creatively and also freeing up your time for things that actually matter a little bit more to you. Okay. Most women get stuck feeling overwhelmed because they believe the lie that they're expected to do everything in their homes all by themselves. And this is true whether you are a single woman who lives alone, or if you're a mom of multiple kids, or if you are married with a husband, if you are even living with roommates, like culture tells us that we should be able to do everything all by ourselves, and it's just not the case. Okay. So we are done feeling stuck. We're going to give ourselves a promotion and move from employee to manager. Okay. Now, I want to stop just for a second and touch on a few things. I don't mean that as the manager of your home, you should be the bossy person who tells everybody what to do and where to go. Or that if you live by yourself, you should just feel completely hopeless because you don't have anybody to help you. What I want to encourage you to do is start thinking creatively about different ways that you can delegate stuff. That might be pulling your family in and having them help you with a few different things, which we'll talk about in a little bit later. But it might also be taking advantage of your appliances, having a system ready for your dishwasher, for your washing machine, for your dryer, making sure that you know what resources are available to you, like through your church, through local scouting organizations, um, through like neighbors and things like that. There are so many ways to get some help without having anyone to help you. Okay. And this is something we talk about a lot in our course, Anchored Home, like specific examples for how to get help. But I want you to just start shifting your perspective to what if I don't have to be the one that does everything? There are, of course, certain things that you do have to do. But what if I don't have to be the person that does everything? Carmen, I love that thought. Maybe we should talk to ourselves like we would talk to somebody else. If you were talking to a friend who was like, but I have to do it all myself, but I have to make sure that everything gets done. How would you encourage her? How would you say, no, I can see, a few different ways that we could get help from other people, from family, or whatever it might be. I don't want you to feel stuck believing that you are the person that needs to do everything, because that is simply not the way we were made. We are humans with limitations. We cannot possibly do all the things all the time. We have to let some things go, and we have to be able to ask for help as well. Okay, so tell me in the chat, how would your daily life look different if you were the manager? Not the boss, okay, but the manager. Humbly managing the systems in the home, the people in the home, and giving yourself a little bit of a break from being the one that has to do all the things. Does having a Roomba count? Absolutely. Sharon, I love that. I named mine and I encourage it to do a good job. I love that. Yes. And that's a great way of delegating to an appliance, right? When we feel like, well, we should probably be able to do all these things by hand. But instead, like there are specific ways that we can outsource some things even to what we own. Yeah, we think of our appliances and as employees or servants. Yes. So the cook might take care of something, Rachel is saying, but we're really talking about the crock pot. I love that. Yes, absolutely. I read a book once that was like talking about Proverbs 31 and how the woman sets all of her Like she has all of her helper, like she sets them to task every day. And the author was talking about like, okay, well, we don't have helpers really. Like we don't live in the time of scripture where you would have lots of people maybe helping you run your home or your estate or whatever it might be. But we have appliances, right? Like I can set the dishwasher to working. I can load my clothes into the washing machine and set it to go. How would your life look different if you viewed yourself as the manager instead of the employee? I wouldn't be so resentful. Oh, Leah, I love that. My kids would do more to help. Yes, Ruth, absolutely. I wouldn't have to keep reminding them about your chores. I love that, Missy. That is where systems come in. So handy. And checklists. Strategic, I would feel planned with foresight. Can I fire my insubordinate employees? I'm going to leave that up to you, Kelly. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'd be less stressed and feeling less like there's always something I have to be doing. 100%. This is the mindset I want you to start to try to get into. I know it's hard, and I know it's hard because our culture tells us we should be able to do everything. But biblically, it's just not true. It's just not true. God did not create us to do everything and be able to manage all the things. If we did, we wouldn't need anybody else. We wouldn't need God. We wouldn't need to be saved. We need help. We are limited creatures. And that's a good thing. That is okay. So I want you to start thinking about yourself as the manager who doesn't do everything all by herself. All right. Lie number 2. The lie is, I'll never get ahead. There's just too much to do. Who's with me? Anybody felt that way? I'll never get ahead. There's just too much to do. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Okay, all the time. I feel so behind. Yes, always. Okay. Yes. All right. So you understand this lie, right? That we feel like we're never going to get ahead. There's just too much to do. It is very easy to wake up every day and feel like all we can do is put out the fires in front of us. All we're doing is just putting out, it's like whack-a-mole every day, right? Just whacking whichever groundhog pops up out of the whack-a-mole machine instead of ever getting ahead. But the truth is, the only real way to get ahead is to make a plan and work the plan. You know, we talk about planning all the time here at Anchored Women, but I truly believe that the way that we can get ahead is to create a plan or a system that is flexible and that actually works in our real homes, and then learn how to work the plan and adjust the plan when it's not working. So in every home, there's a variety of tasks that need to be accomplished. Not everything is every day, but there's stuff that really has to be done on a regular basis, right? So let's talk about those things real quick. We've got the daily tasks, the stuff that we have to do every day. Things like dishes, meal prep, whatever. Like laundry, if you do laundry every day. Yeah, dishes for sure. Dishes are the daily task for me. Tidying up downstairs is a daily task for me. We also have admin stuff, which is not going to lie, my least favorite of all, even though I love planning. This includes returning calls. No, thank you very much. Creating and balancing your budget, taking stuff back to the UPS store to return your Amazon stuff, whatever it might be. Okay. All those admin tasks. We have cleaning, taking care of our home and spaces. We've got meals, feeding ourselves and our people. We've got projects, those ongoing things, housework, decluttering, personal projects, photo albums, that kind of stuff. And we have rest, caring for the minds and bodies of everyone who lives in our home, and that includes you. All right? This stuff has to be done. I'm not saying, hey, you can let go of a bunch of things and just do the stuff that makes you feel good. That's really not adulthood or real life, right? All that stuff has to be done. So I want you to think of managing your home like you're organizing a closet with the truth in mind that everything needs a place, okay? The secret to getting everything in without feeling overwhelmed is to create a plan that has all of those pieces, the daily tasks, the admin, the projects, the cleaning, the meals, all that stuff working together like a well-oiled machine. All right? So I'm going to very quickly show you how this works in my own home. First, we've got the daily routine. The daily routine is where everything lives. This is the pattern of our days. And this changes up by the season. It's not like a one and done sort of thing. I'm always revisiting the daily routine. Some things on the daily routine need to be broken down a little bit more. So, for example, I have a whole plan for dinner. We use this meal matrix. Every night has a theme night, and I have my meals planned for an entire month at a time. I can plan them once and use it over and over. I also have this clean and tidy list, which is the magic of running my home. And it includes dailies and theme days. So every day I get the dailies done. You can kind of take a look at that on the left side. My checklist has all the dailies that have to be done. And then on the right side, it has a specific theme of what needs to be done for that day. So like Mondays, I clean the kitchen. Tuesdays, I do the floors and windows. Wednesdays, I do the bedrooms and the loft. Okay. And sometimes I do all of these things, and sometimes I just do one or two of them, depending on what I have time for. But the list is there, and I know exactly what needs to be done on any given day. Okay. Everything has a place inside that daily routine. So you can see my clean and tidy time is here. That's when I get all of these things done. My dinner prep is here. That's when I take a look at my dinner plans and I make sure that I'm doing what we have on the schedule for that day, or I switch it up with a different day. But the idea is everything has a place. Gloria, you're right. It is hard when you work out of the home 9 to 6, but you just adjust your daily routine for that. So from 9 to 6 that's going to be your work time. And then your other things are going to fit in the morning, the evening, or the weekends. We're going to get into this in a minute, but this is why so many home management programs fail, is because they try to put their system into your home and your schedule, and everybody's different. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I'm just giving you a peek of how it works in my house. What I want you to take away from this is that everything has a place. Okay, so tell me in the chat, how would your daily life feel different if you knew exactly what you needed to do each day? I really think the key here is knowing what you don't have to do each day. Okay. Waking up in the morning, and instead of feeling like I have to put out all the fires, knowing, you know what, today I have a lot of work to do. And then I also want to, today's my day to focus on the laundry or the kitchen or whatever it is. So I don't have to think about, if today's my day for the kitchen, I don't have to think about the bathroom cleaning that needs to be done, or the living room cleaning that needs to be done, or the admin tasks that need to be done, because I know all of those extra things have a place and I will get to them. But today, my job is just this one thing right in front of me. Okay. How would you feel? I would actually look forward to working it out. It would feel like a dream. I would feel more structured, more organized and peaceful, calm and less stressed. Yes, that would be awesome. Feel more relaxed, so free of stress, so relieved. Yes, that's what we're going for. Not the perfect home, but a peaceful home. And a peaceful home starts with a peaceful home manager. And creating this system so you know exactly where everything goes and what everything is assigned to, really helps contribute to that feeling of peace for yourself. Okay, last lie. If it worked for her, it should work for me. How many of you have believed that? If it worked for my friend, it should work for me. If it worked for my sister, it should work for me. It is very easy to adopt home management plans recommended by our friend, recommended by our sister, recommended by that influencer on Instagram who looks like she has everything together. We often think, okay, her system should work for me because she already thought through it, right? It is very easy to then feel completely frustrated when none of those plans ever end up working in your home. When you try and pull everything in from other people's homes and make it work in your home, when that just doesn't work, there's a reason for it, and it's not your fault. The truth is, no one else's home looks like my house. Okay. No, none of you have the same house that I have. We all have different spaces, different amounts of stuff, different amounts of people, different kinds of people living inside of our four walls. And that's good. It is supposed to be that way. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But the after effects of that are that systems designed for someone else's home will likely not work in my home because they were not designed for my home. So, Ginger, you're totally right. Farm life has a way of interrupting routines. What works in my home is never going to work in your home. And that is why the best person to create a home management system designed for my home is me, because I know what kind of house we have. I know who lives here, what we need, what I can handle, what I can't handle, what our lifestyle entails, which means the best person to create a home management system for your home is not me, it's you. You are the best person to create a home management system for your own home because you are the only person who knows the ins and outs of everything that goes on in your home. We cannot be, we can't fall for the lie that there's a cookie cutter system that works for everybody. It's just not true. What we want is going back to this girl managing her home with confidence, knowing that she understands her home better than anybody else. She understands her family better than anybody else, and she is confident and equipped to make that plan. So tell me in the chat, how would you feel differently if you felt confident about being in charge of your home and your schedule every day? If you knew that you truly were the best person to create the system, to implement the system, to manage the system, to make it happen. How would you feel differently if you felt confident about being in charge of your home and schedule every day? Ashley, this is so good to hear because we frequently hear, trust me, if it can work for me, it can work for you. Yeah, I don't buy that. I just don't buy it because I have done that. I have tried many different people's systems and it never works. The only thing that works for me is the system that I create in my own home. This is the entire reason that we created the planner the way that we did, because one planner does not work for everybody. Instead, when you buy our planner, you get all the different layouts so that you can put together your perfect planner that works for you. I just deleted my Instagram account because I was spending way too much time on it. Yes, listening to people who tell you they have all the answers, right? I love that. Yeah, my new mantra has been nothing will change if nothing changes. I got this. Yes. Okay, I would feel relaxed and free. Things would get done. I would feel prepared. I need to learn to block out the other voices that tell me otherwise, though. Yes. Yeah, that's true. And that is part of um taking on a new perspective of you as the home manager who is more able to see the needs of your home than anybody else, right? I would feel more relaxed and less guilty. Try until you find your system, build your plan around your life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I might be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel every day. Yeah. I would feel freedom to be flexible and have less decision fatigue. Yes. Yeah. Flexibility, freedom. That is what we're going for here. Okay, so let's review our lies. The first lie is I should be able to do all the things in my home all by myself. The second lie is I'll never get ahead. There's just too much to do. And the third lie is if it worked for her, it should work for me. Do you see how negative all of these lies are that we believe about ourselves and our home? Listen, talk to any of my friends in real life. I am not the person known for being incredibly positive. I can very easily see the negative side of things. I call it being realistic. But I can tell you from personal experience and from working with so many women over the years that these things are all lies, and they are lies that really crush us and hold us back. Okay? Tell me in the chat which lie is the worst for you. Which one do you more easily fall into? Sophia said the second one. Yes, no, lots of number twos. Okay. The first one for sure. Lots of ones and twos. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So instead of believing these lies, if you need to take a screenshot of these, please take a screenshot because I want you to walk home with some truth in your pocket. Okay. A new perspective on your home that you can implement immediately, because what these things do is when we believe these lies, we see our home in such a negative light, and our homes should be this positive, comforting, welcoming place that not only serves the people around us but us too. So take a screenshot of this if you can. Okay, here are the truths. You were not made to do every task. You are not all the employees. Instead, you are the manager. You don't have to do everything all on your own. Truth number two, everything is more manageable when every task has a place in the system. Okay? What we need, remember, think back to that organized closet, is everything gets a place. Everything gets a place. And then the third truth is that the best person to create that system where everything gets a place is you, because you're the only person in your home and in, especially in the world of influencers, who knows what every task is in your home and outside of your home. You know how everything should piece together, and you really know what doesn't work, right? You know what doesn't work, so you're not going to go there again. You're going to figure out what does work for you and for your family, and you are the best person to create that system. So, I propose to you that we quit being negative and we quit feeling stuck. Instead, what I want for you is what I have found for myself and for so many other women that I've worked with. I want you to become a confident home manager who doesn't do everything herself, but who creates and oversees the plan for her own home. Okay? The big question is that what you want? Sometimes I'm gonna give you a little tough love here. Sometimes we want to stay stuck. It's more comfortable, it's easier. Some of us, myself included, like to complain, and we like to, um, the whole misery loves company idea. But I have been there before. I mean, I'm preaching to myself here. But the freedom that comes on the other side of making these changes is so life-giving that you just are not going to want to go back. Okay? Now, you can do this completely on your own. You can take the truths that we have talked about today and run with them and create your own home management system based on what needs to be done. Go back to that list of things. We've got the dailies, the admin tasks, the projects, all of that stuff, and you can totally do it on your own. But if you want a little support, if you are ready to design a home management system that is specific to your home and your family life so that you can free up your time for what matters most, I want to introduce you to our most popular course that I launch once a year called Your Anchored Home. All right, I see some of you in here who have already taken the course, and I have heard from you for just like how helpful this has been in taking your home back. Okay. In fact, I have quotes from some of you in here, so look for your face. So this course, Your Anchored Home, it is a comprehensive course that is not designed to teach you how I manage my home, because that's not going to work for you. It's not. Instead, it teaches you how to create a home management system that fits your home, your personality, your family, your season. Okay. And then we teach you how to change it up when the season requires it. When you're like, this isn't working anymore, how do I fix it? Instead of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, we teach you how to tweak it and how to keep the good, get rid of the bad, and find something new. Okay. I really believe that you shouldn't have to figure out how to fit someone else's home management system into your unique home and family life. I want you to have a system that is all your own, one that transforms your home into a place of peace rather than a burden that is always on your mind. Okay. So, I'm only sharing this with you guys at the moment. The course will open to the public tomorrow, but you guys can enroll now. And we have a special edition just for this session where you can even add on coaching and work with me for 4 weeks so that I can help you build the home management system that works for you, help you troubleshoot the things that kind of are in your way. So let's take a bird's eye view of everything that you get access to when you enroll in your anchored home. Okay. The first thing is we have 5 modules to guide you through the process. Now, I spent years gathering information, figuring out what really doesn't work and what we all need in order to take advantage of our own expertise inside of our home. And I've organize them into 5 modules. So the first one is the perspective. This module gives you a checklist for what needs to be done. It helps you identify how your home can serve you instead of the other way around. And it really gives you even a little more of the perspective that we've talked about today, where what you do in your home matters, why your home matters, and how you can find freedom in your own role inside the home. Rachel says this was a game changer. Module 2 is the plan. Okay. This is where I take you behind the scenes. I give you the big picture view of everything that a final system will include. It does all the things. The daily tasks, the admin tasks, the projects, the meals, the balancing the budget, all of those things. What would a final system look like? I'm kind of giving you a peek into the end before you actually start. I'm giving you an example of what it looks like in my own home. It's going to look different in yours, but sometimes it's nice to just see an example of it so that you can catch the vision for what the final system will look like in your own home as well. Okay, Carol says, every homemaker needs this course. I love that. The third module is where everything, where you're doing the work. Okay, and I'm not going to lie, this is some work that you have to do, but I take you through every single step of all the parts that go together in the system, and I help you figure out how to make those parts work in your family life, in your specific home. And we cover all of the things that we listed out earlier. All the stuff that needs to be done daily, the stuff that needs to be done weekly, the stuff that needs to be done monthly. This is the only home management system that I know of that incorporates cleaning tasks with meal prep, with budgeting, with planning and scheduling, all of the things. And I give you an editable template to get every single one of those things planned out. Think back to my daily routine where I said, okay, some of this stuff needs to be expanded on, like my clean and tidy time. I need to know exactly what I'm doing in every single one of those sections and every single day. That's what this part is for. This part, which I call the parts, takes you into the nitty-gritty of every single part of your system and helps you completely flesh it out so that you know everything has a place and you can feel confident knowing that if you work the plan, everything will get done. And you get to decide how they go together. You get to decide where, what gets included. Okay. Margot said this is the last home management system you'll ever need. I saw Margot here. And I see Ginger, yours is coming up soon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. The module 4 is the process. This is where everything comes together. Okay. You have already done the nitty-gritty work in the parts, but the process is where we put it together, and you get to choose between a digital command center or a printable command center. They're both included, but we have each one for you to choose from. And then So after you've created each part of the system, this is where you're going to put it together. We also have lessons on how to get your family on board, especially if this is kind of new for you and maybe your kids or your husband aren't used to pitching in. We have a really helpful team meeting worksheet and a team meeting lesson that takes you through how to gently and humbly get your family on board. And we also have two possible ways for you to get started. We have a start small plan and a jump in plan, depending on like where your energy level is when you're actually going to be working the plan. Okay. Thank you, Margot. She says it's comprehensive, but not overly time consuming to put together. I really enjoyed putting it together. It is really fun. It's fun when you're like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing here, and then now I'm going to fit it all together. And here's my beautiful system. And it's wonderful. I love it so much. Melissa said it was life changing. All right. The last module is one that I think we often like just hop over instead of making sure that we make time for. And that's what I call the sticking points. This is where I see most people get stuck. For example, we've got a good routine going and then everybody gets sick. Or we've got a good routine going and then we take a trip. Or maybe I have, Monday doesn't look like Wednesday, doesn't look like Friday. Okay. I need different systems for different days. We talk about how to do that. How to manage your home during times of crisis, when someone is sick, when you are caretaking, when something like COVID hits, right? And then how to creatively outsource when you don't have help. This is probably the lesson, and it's a long one, that I hear from the most people that are like, thank you. I thought I had to do everything myself, but after this lesson, I understand how I can actually get help and what I can do so that I don't have to be the employee. I can be the manager. So we cover all of those in the sticking points section. There you go, Ginger. There you are. She said, my entire family is excited by our new system and we are already seeing major benefits. I love that. All right. Those are the 5 modules, but you also get access to 2 command center options, either a printable one or a digital one. We include both of them, so if you want to try each one out, you totally can. They are up to you, and you have everything you need to create them. We also have 4 bonuses. I'll go through those really quickly. The first one is an editable weekly planner layout that is only available for our Your Anchored Home students. What it is we have an editable planner layout. None of our planner layouts are editable except for this one. And it allows you to put your clean and tidy list right into your planner layout, which is super cool. If you are a new member, you also get free 30-day access to the Anchored Life Club so that you can get your questions answered, have me help you troubleshoot, that sort of thing. We also give you our step-by-step decluttering guides and our comprehensive cleaning checklists so that you have literally everything in your hand that you need to declutter and clean your home even before you get started. Okay? Then we have this optional coaching package for guided support. So we only do this once a year, where I take a group through the course and you get a schedule to work through the course from beginning to end. This really helps with accountability. This is the kind of course that you want to be able to finish so that you can implement the plan that you've made, right? And in order to help you with that, I have 4 interactive coaching calls. You can literally send me your stuff. You can show me the stuff that you've worked on. I can help you troubleshoot where you're getting stuck. I can help you see how things go together. I can answer any questions that you have as you're working through the course. And you get lifetime access to all of the call replays. You also get our incredible community of women who come together in the coaching calls to encourage each other, to hold you accountable. Last year was the first year that we offered coaching. Sorry, I'm getting out of, my voice is going. Last year was the first year that we offered coaching. And it helped so much for people to actually like get the whole course done. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, I love this, I really want to do it. And then, you don't have a schedule or you only work through half of it and then you get distracted by something else. The coaching package helps you finish it, implement it, and really see the most benefits from the course. So let's talk about how much it costs. We are doing something this year that we have not done before. And I'll just give you a little caveat. I know the economy is terrible. I know every one of us, myself included, is pinching pennies. And so usually we sell the course for $197 and we sell the coaching for $97. But I really wanted to make this as affordable as possible to every woman who wants to take the course. And so for this week only, today through next Tuesday, you can get the course for $67 instead of $197. The whole course, self-paced, $67. And if you want to add on the coaching, it is only $29 to add on a full month of coaching with me. So even if you have taken the course before, and maybe you haven't finished it, or maybe you want a refresher, you want to go through it again, you can purchase just the coaching for $29 and add it on to the course that you already own if you want to go through this guided group with me this season. We start coaching on March 11th and we will end on April 1st. So you will have the whole course done within those weeks. All right. Good. Okay, good. I'm glad that that seems a little bit more affordable. I understand. We're really, really trying to meet our community where you're at, and we're in the same place. We're in the same place. So my hope is that this is affordable for you and really gets you the support that you need, because I know how much peace is on the other side of actually having a confident plan to manage your home well. Okay. So, um, that's my goal, is to help you free up your time for what matters most by putting your home management system on autopilot that really works inside your own home. I'm going to just take you through a couple of things that people have said. You can click on, you can go to that link, Stephanie. I just saw her ad. Oh, there she goes. Okay, all of the links are there. You can see, you can take the time to read all of these testimonials. There are quite a few, but I just want to touch on a few things. The course gives you the freedom to designate what needs to be done each day around your schedule and your family needs. That's what I'm going for here. I don't want to tell you what works in my home and expect it to work in your home. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work. What I want to do is teach you how to create the system for your own home so that you have that freedom. Okay. Lisa said that I finally managed to manage my home at 50 years old. I love that. And Cynthia said the course breaks everything down into easy, manageable steps so it's not overwhelming. I am going to say that I think one of my superpowers is taking a complicated subject and making it very small, manageable, and easy for you to do. I think that's one of my superpowers because I have to do that for myself. In order to motivate myself to do anything at all, I need it to be easy and fun and usually pretty too. And so that is what I have tried to do in this course for you guys as well. So you could keep juggling the giant list of everything that needs to be done and always feel like you're adding to it instead of ever finishing it. Or you could create one system to manage it all and have the understanding of how to adjust the system when things need to change, when a new season comes your way, when you are hit with sickness or illness, how to shift it and adjust it for it to still be your system and make it work even better for you. You could keep buying into other people's systems, the ones that fit their home, and exhaust yourself trying to make their stuff work in your house. Or you could quit investing in other people's homes and start building up your own. That is what I want for you. I want you to have the freedom and the confidence to be your own home manager. So enrollment is open for you right now. Stephanie can drop those in the chat one more time, the links. If you need the whole course, you can add on coaching after the course is like you go through checkout and then you'll be taken to a page that offers you coaching as well. If you just need the coaching, Stephanie dropped the link for that in the chat as well. Okay. We do, of course, have a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you are not happy with the course for any reason, you can let us know and we can work with you to make sure that you get what you need. And now I want to do the giveaway really quickly. Okay. Because I want to have a little bit of time for the questions that I've seen come through. So we're going to give one of you a full package, the Anchored Home course and coaching. In order to enter the giveaway, I want you to go to that link right there. Stephanie's going to drop it in the chat. And all you have to do is fill it out. It's your name, your email, and then answer which part of the course would you find most helpful. Which part of the course would you find most helpful? Okay, head there. I'm going to give you a couple minutes and we are going to pick a winner live. Oh, it says you need access. Man, I thought I checked all of the things. Okay, hold on. We're going to make it work really quickly. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Okay, responder view. Sorry, it's not, let's see. Oh, that's why. Okay. Hold on. Anyone with the link? Okay, try it again. I'm very sorry. Try it again. Okay, Kira, great question. Does this have any practical information for home educating families? It doesn't specifically talk about homeschooling. However, I created this entire course while I was homeschooling, and it absolutely applies, especially when we talk about including your kids and equipping them as well, and including the rest of your family. So I think I'm biased, let's be honest, but I think it's the perfect course for a homeschooling family. Absolutely. But I also think it's the perfect course for someone who lives by themselves and feels like they don't have any help at all, because getting this system in place for you is going to help you find some creative ways to get everything done in a way that doesn't all depend on you. That's our goal here. Okay, looks like it's working for you. Carol says any and all families. I love that. Yes. Was this ever called something else? No, Laura. This has only ever been called the Anchored Home course. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to, Stephanie, can you drop the giveaway link in the chat just one more time? Because I'm going to move away from this page and I'm going to answer your questions. So if you need to peace out, that's totally fine. I completely understand. But if you want to stick around and ask any questions, I am happy to stay as long as you need me. So there are the two links that you're going to want if you are interested in enrolling or if you're interested in adding on coaching. Okay. So if you need the whole course and you want to add on coaching too, it will take you to a page right after checkout where you can add the coaching on for just $29, not $97, $29. And if you already own the course and you want to work through it with me starting in March, make sure you go to that bottom link because that will help you buy just the coaching. You cannot go through the coaching if you don't also own the course. It's not going to help you. You want both things. So make sure that you own the course. And then if you want to join the coaching cohort this year, you add on the coaching. I only do this coaching one time a year and it happens in the spring. So, all right, I'm going to take a look at your questions. Allison has been sending them to me, and so I want to make sure I get to them. Okay, great questions. What if you already have the course? When you purchase the course, you get lifetime access to the course. You do not have to ever buy it again. The only thing you might want to purchase is access to this year's coaching cohort, which starts March 11th. Okay. Every year, when we go through the coaching session, you are able to join us again for a much smaller price um, than it normally goes for. Right now it's $29 instead of $97. So you would just click on that bottom link instead of the top one. When are the coaching calls? The coaching calls are on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They are all recorded and you get lifetime access to the replays. How long do we have access to the course and the modules? You have lifetime access. So once you purchase the course, it is yours. You do not have to buy it again. And as long as the course lives on, you have access to it. Okay. Are the coaching calls recorded so if I can't make each one live, I can still get the coaching? Yes, absolutely. Everything is recorded so you can get the coaching. And I'm going to say this too. You are able to submit questions ahead of time so that even if you can't be there, if you want your question answered, you can get it to me and I can answer it live on the call so everybody can benefit from it and you can as well. I really want this to be as helpful for you as possible, even if you can't come to the calls. Monthly or yearly? This is a one-time purchase. It is not a subscription. It is a one-time purchase. So $67 gets you the whole course for the lifetime, for your lifetime, the lifetime of the course. And same for the coaching is just for this season, but you get lifetime access to the replays. So when you purchase the coaching, you're purchasing the ability to participate in it in this season, March through April. But you have access to the replays as long as you want. So it is not a subscription. This is just a one-time purchase for each thing. Does this have any practical? Okay, we talked about that one already. Will the coaching calls be recorded? Yes. Is there any type of group, Facebook or other, that goes with this course? No, there is not a group. There is, I mean, we have our main, well, there's some options for you. Okay. We have our main Anchored Home community group, and you are welcome to join us there. That's a free group, and you can ask any questions. We can answer all of that stuff for you in there. You're always welcome to email me. But there are, like, if you want to have the community aspect of going through this course together, you have two options. You can participate in the coaching, like like I've already talked about. And one of the bonuses of the course is to give you 30 days of free access to our membership, which is called the Anchored Life Club. In there, I do a coaching call every month. We have a coffee chat every month. We do a couple of different planning calls. And that is a great place to bring your questions as well. It won't be specifically focused on this course. If you want things specific to this course, you're going to want to add on the coaching, but the community in the Anchored Life Club is really, really wonderful, and we do answer all kinds of questions in there as well. The community for this course will happen inside the coaching calls, if that makes sense. I hope so. Okay. All right, Allison, can you shoot me? We're going to close the giveaway. So I'm going to give you one more minute to enter the giveaway. And then Allison can shoot me the name. Do you still have to be on to win? Yes, you have to be on in order to win, but I will, no, I guess you don't have to be on in order to win, but I will announce the winner in just a minute. Okay. Is the benefit from planning as well as the adjustments when necessary? Yes, Julie. Yeah. So we talk about how to plan out each part of the system, and then we have an entire module on how to make adjustments when it's necessary. Multiple lessons on how to make adjustments when necessary. Okay, we have a winner, Peggy Murdoch. Peggy, we will be emailing you. You are the winner of the complete package, the course and coaching. I'm so excited for you. Yay. Okay, good job. All right, I'm going to keep going through some questions. Can you remind me of the parts of the course? Absolutely. Let me go back and just show you. Or, you know what? Would you like me to show you inside the course? I can do that. That might be the most helpful. Let me stop sharing this and start sharing this. So here are the parts of the course. This one. Okay. Can you see that? Can everybody see that? Tell me in the chat or shake your heads. Yes. Okay. All right. So the first part is a welcome, all like the housekeeping stuff. And then we get into the official modules. The perspective takes us into what is an anchored home? What's your role in the home? It helps us get our mindset right. The plan is the overview, like what's this going to look like at the end, okay? So I take you through what a completed system will look like for you, and then I take you into my house and show you exactly what it looks like for me. Again, it's not gonna look the same for you in your home, but it helps sometimes to have an idea of what things look like in somebody else's home so you can tweak it for your own home. I am going to teach you how to make it for your own home though, just an FYI. Then we have the parts. You can see this is a longer section, okay? There are lots of lessons here because you are going into each of the parts and creating a system for that specific part before we put them all together, okay? Then the process is where we do put it all together. You choose your format, whether you want a printed command center or a digital command center on your phone or like on your pantry door. That's where mine is. And then we talk about creating, like we help you piece each part together to create a daily plan, a weekly plan, a monthly plan. We teach you how to get your family on board and then give you 2 options for getting started. This module, the sticking points, this is where we teach you how to tweak the system when it needs to be tweaked. And then we just have some extra stuff, bonuses for you, support for you, and then all of those things. So those are all of the modules inside the course. I hope that's helpful. Okay. The old course I already have everything is the same, so I just need the coaching, correct? Yes, Ginger. If you want to jump in with coaching, that's all you need. 100%. The calls have replay? Yes, absolutely. I just want to make sure I see all of your questions and get them answered. Would resetting be a part of the course? Cheryl, tell me a little bit more what you mean about resetting. Like starting over in your home? Absolutely. This is a really great course to take if you're like, I just need a fresh start. I just needed for a fresh start. 100%. There are timelines for coaching. Can you remind me what that is? Yes. So the coaching calls are going to be on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They go from March 11th to April 1st. Okay, thank you. Someone said, I just want to draw attention to the fact that I purchased in 2023, 2 years ago, and I just found my receipt. I paid $67 for the sale price. She hasn't raised the sale price in at least 2 years. I actually did. I raised the sale price last year, and this year I put it back down because I really felt like we needed it at this price point in order for most people to be able to access the course. It is weird that I want to join the coaching in part because it's been so long since I did something like this with you ladies. I always enjoy you guys when we do something like this. I love it. I love it, Ginger. I just think our community is the best, and it is so much fun to work through stuff like this together. We always say everything is more fun with friends, right? And I like when I was growing up, I used to invite my friends over when I like cleaned out my closet, and they would just sit on my bed while I cleaned. And I just think this is another way that we can do that because it's way more fun to troubleshoot, to bounce ideas off of each other, to encourage each other live. It's so much fun. Yes, we don't have to do it alone. Is this just for homeschoolers? Oh, no, not at all, Julie. Not at all. It is for home managers. It is for anyone who has to do stuff inside their home. It is not at all designed like just for homeschoolers. I think it's super helpful if you are at home, if you've got kids that are able to pitch in and help you. Where is the digital command center stored? It's on Trello, and it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. What a great way to start the second quarter of the year, having gone through a coaching program to get things in order. I can't wait. Oh, I love that, Pat. That's wonderful. Thank you for showing us the inside of the course. No problem at all. How is this course different from Planning Made Easy? Oh, Anne, that's a great question. Okay. Your Anchored Home, this course is specifically designed to help you create a home management system for your home that incorporates cleaning, finances, meal planning, organizing, decluttering, projects, daily tasks, all of the things that need to get done in order for you to run your home well. Planning Made Easy is a planning course specifically teaching you how to strategically plan your day, week, month, and year. And so that one is like planning strategies for you to actually use in your planner. This one is home focused, relating, like helping you figure out how to create a home management system to run your specific home in your real life. There are a couple planning things incorporated, but it is really like it's home focused. It's not planning strategies. It is, we're going to do this thing and get it up and running inside your own home. How long are the calls? Less than an hour for the coaching calls. I will stick around longer if people have more questions, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. The planner is separate from the course. Yes, Leanne, that's a totally different product. This course comes with everything you need. You don't have to buy anything else except if you want the coaching. Excuse me. This has every worksheet, every editable file, every Trello board, everything that you possibly need in order to run your home. It's included here. Do I need to sign up today or could I do it after Wednesday? That's a great question, Laura. This sale runs today through Tuesday. So I think it's March 4th is the last day of the sale. You'll get some emails over the next few days. I know, even $67, or what is it if you get the coaching to $96, like that can be a big investment. You might need to talk to your husband, make sure that you're both on board with that. That's totally fine. I want to give you enough time to decide and sign up. There's no pressure to do it today. The sale will end next Tuesday at midnight. So if you want to get in with the coaching or with the self-paced course, you want to do it before then. I've been encouraging my friend to get her home decluttered and managed. It makes it so much more fun to do it together. Yes, I love it. Yeah, Gloria, if you don't want to use the Trello boards, that's fine. That's why we give you excuse me, two options. You can use the Trello boards as a digital system, or we have editable worksheets and like command center templates for you to create, print out, and use as actual pen and paper. That works just as well. Oh no, let's see. Sorry, something jumped around and I missed my spot. Brianna, how is your anchored home different from the Anchored Life Club? If I'm already a member of the club, is it worth it to get your anchored home also? That's a great question. I think they pair together really well. Your anchored home, I would consider like the foundation of creating a solid home management system. And then in the Anchored Life Club, we really focus more on specific projects every month to go deeper into to make progress in. So, like for example, the first 3 months of the Anchored Life Club in this year, we have been focusing on health and wellness, and we've taken a different topic every month. But it is not like this course is very specific for creating a home management system for your house and your family. And then the Anchor Life Club, I would consider like a second step to go even deeper into different projects that we're focusing on and really making progress on your goals after the home management system is set up. That's kind of how it works in my head. If you're not familiar with Trello, will I be able to figure it out? Yep, we have all of the instructions that you need built into the course. All the handouts and checklists are included? Absolutely. Yes, everything you need is inside the course. Can I use both hard copy and digital together? Absolutely, Chris. Yes, that totally works. Is access to the modules available immediately after purchasing? Yes, when you purchase it, you get it immediately. Absolutely. You can log in right now and start working through it. The coaching won't start until March 11th, but you will get immediate access to that too, so you can see our schedule. I lost the links in the chat. Stephanie, could you add the links one more time? Can they be sent again? Did the printed out sheets fit in a planner, or are they letter sized for a binder? You can actually print them in either size. I don't have my planner up here, but I print mine to go. I have some of them that are full size that I put on my, like I have them laminated and on my pantry door, and some of them that go right into my planner. It works just like the planner pages work to be printed in multiple sizes. These worksheets can be printed in multiple sizes too. How can we get the Trello boards if we purchased previously and the home has changed? Everything's inside the course, Emmy. So if you want to just download or get access to the Trello boards again, you can do that and just make a copy of them. It's totally the same. Just purchased. I can't wait to get into it. Yay, I'm so excited. Do I have to have the planner to accompany this? You do not. You do not have to have the planner. I recognize that people use all kinds of different planners, and some people don't use a planner at all, and that is totally fine. This course is not, I mean, I guess we do a lot of planning in it, but I give you everything that you need to make sure that all of like you don't need anything except the course. We give you every handout, every worksheet, every template. It is completely yours that you need in order to work on this. You could like afterwards, what I was saying is afterwards you can decide to keep those templates and those worksheets in your planner if you want, or you can display them on a command center, or you can, have a separate binder that's just for managing your home. It's really up to you, but you don't have to have the planner. No. How do we get access to the Trello boards for the first time? It's in the course already. If you go into the course, it's going to be in module 4 called the process and choosing your format, print or digital. In choosing your format, print or digital, it gives you the access to both the printed command, the physical command center, and the digital command center. You can copy our Trello board templates right there in that module. The course is very thorough, excited to revisit it and figure out Trello. Yeah, I love the Trello option because you can keep it with you all the time on your phone. I went a little nuts last time and laminated all my sheets to use with wet markers. I love that. Yes, wet erase markers are my favorite. I use them on everything. They need to be redone now, and I'm looking forward to getting it back on track. I love that. Yes. Now that you're traveling, you think Trello will be better. I totally understand that. Okay, all right. I think that's all the questions. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Oh, I see one more question coming through. But if you need to leave, I totally understand. Grab these links. You have until next Tuesday to enroll at these prices. Okay, Linda, sorry if I'm a bit confused. Other than the coaching part, is this a totally self-guided course? Are there daily things to read and do? How much time would I need to allot to do the homework? Okay, Linda, I'm going to take you back in and show you just to give you a better idea, okay? Let me share this with you. Here we go. Okay, so each lesson has a video and it has a transcript of the video, okay? So you can kind of see over here on the side how long each video is. Most of them are around 10 minutes or less. This one is longer because I'm literally showing you my entire system in action in my own home. Then down here, this is the only section that you're really going to have homework in, okay? So, for example, the daily routine one, I have a video to show you. I have the transcript of the video, okay? And then it tells you what your homework is for the day or for that lesson. And then it gives you all of the worksheets that you need for it. Okay, so in order to work through each thing, in the coaching call, I have the schedule. I have it all scheduled out so that you have a certain amount of things to do every week. But I think realistically, if you're going through this by yourself, you could work through the entire course over a weekend, get everything done, um, and and then start implementing it right away. It is not designed for you to be like inundated with homework, but it is designed to help you quickly get the parts put together, like finished and then put together so that you can start working the system that you would like. If we buy the coaching, are we working through the entire course so we don't need to do anything before March 11th? Okay, if you buy the coaching and the course together, then yes, we are working through the entire course, but there are a couple modules that you are supposed to do before the first meeting. So it's kind of like college where they're like, do this reading and then come and we're going to talk about it. Okay. So, but when you purchase the coaching, when you add the coaching on to the course, it gives you a schedule and it tells you exactly which modules need to be done by the meeting. So, you know, and that's the first thing in the coaching so that you can very easily see, okay, I just need modules 1 and 2 done before the meeting. And really, it's your own choice. Like, you can come to the coaching calls with whatever you have done, and I will meet you where you're at. Because I understand, like, life happens and maybe you can't work through it at the same pace, and that's okay. But I really tried to make the pace doable for all of us. I'm super grateful for help in owning the creation and management of my own life and space and rhythms. I love that, Laura. I'm so excited to have you in the course. I think this is the system that my ADHD fibrofog brain needs to get back on a better track. I love that, Rachel. We are no stranger to ADHD in this house. So all of my systems are really designed to work with that. Otherwise, nobody would do anything in my home. I got the course. I'm ready to take back my home. Yay! I'm so excited. Emmy said you could do the course in a full day if you're absolutely committed to it. You could do it on your own if you needed to. Yes. Yeah. You don't have to have the coaching. There's everything inside the course that you need. Absolutely. Can we add coaching if we get the course first and decide we want to add it on before March 4th, yes, Darlene, that's totally fine. Totally fine. You can add the coaching on for that $29 cost anytime before March 4th. So if in order to do that, you would go to that last link that's on the screen right now, anchoredwomen.com/YAH coaching. And that allows you to just buy the coaching on its own at the $29 price. You can also, if you lose that link, you can go to our shop.anchored-women.com. And coaching, I think right now coaching is the second product in the shop. And if you click on that, it will take you right to that coaching page as well. Okay, any other questions? Otherwise, I will let you go. I'm so excited to work through this with a group of you guys. This is obviously one of my favorite topics to talk about, how we can find freedom in managing our homes instead of feeling like we're drowning in them all the time. And I love, love, love coaching everybody through the course and helping you troubleshoot and work things out on your own. So thank you so much for joining us. There will be a replay of this. We'll download it and get it uploaded right away. I will send out the replay as soon as we have it. And we will hopefully see you on the inside. Thanks, guys. Have a great, great week. Bye.